like to know what inspires me as a professional writer? But I'm talking about Twilight, and you might be thinking, hey wait, he's not a teenage girl. And to that I say, you don't know that. They love each other so much. If you're one of the few remaining people whose life hasn't been changed by the book or the movie, I'll recap. Sullen girl, vampire boy, vampire baseball. And when these vampires come into contact with sunlight, they don't die horribly. They sparkle. And they love each other so much. And so what if she's only 17 and he's more than 100 years old? It's not like we haven't seen that before. Author Stephanie Meyer imagined all this interspecies tenderness about an inch from Seattle on my iPhone. And with the second movie on the way, there's no better time to visit the setting for this great work of literature and cinema. Forks! Twilight is the biggest thing to hit Forks since logs. It's transformed a little town of about 3,000 people like something that's changed into something else. Here at the Chamber of Commerce in Forks, they even have a Twilight sticker on the bathrooms. And I'm guessing that's in honor of New Moon.
We've had 16,000 visitors in the month of July, and we had 17,000 total the year of 2008.
The nice thing about most of the vampires that live here in Forks is that they do not go after humans. They primarily like the wild animals. Cougar and elk are their favorite. You know, I've been known to go after a cougar or two myself. I'm in my Twilight-themed room here at the Pacific Inn in Forks. What could be more restful than a good night's sleep under the watchful visage of Edward the Vampire? They've even got Twilight towels here. I'm sure everybody does this. I didn't notice any Twilight denture adhesive, but somebody in Forks probably sells it. And Dazzled by Twilight sells more than anyone. As true American entrepreneurs, they offer a Twilight tour, even though the movie was filmed in Oregon, and there really isn't that much to see.
Hey! Now we have permission from Hazme and all the Cullens to step out onto the porch. We can't actually go inside, but pretty close we can take pictures through the windows.
In movies, this is romantic. In real life, it's stalking. This is Forks High School, where Edward and Bella meet and fall in love. And just so you know, there's absolutely nothing wrong or unusual about a middle-aged man standing in front of a high school. For a really long time.
Being a logging-based community with the housing market, you know, the way it's been, this powerhouse called Twilight really couldn't have come around at a better time.
This is one of the town's main attractions, Bella's crappy old truck from the movie.
Get right here. I'll save you. I'll save you.
Now we're at the home of the Swans. Not allowed to go in because actual people live there. If you look back there, you can see that apparently Bella drives a big wheel. In the book?
This is where Jacob and Bella first have their talk about the cold ones, and when Bella first starts getting interested in what's going on with Edward, and then goes and does the research afterwards, goes to Port Angeles and gets the information about the Quiutes and the cold ones. So this is where
I can enjoy a cold one.
It amazes me that somebody that read the book and saw the says fiction would fly from Sweden to Seattle to drive to Port Townsend to find Jacob's shack, his house, and it's a fiction story. This doesn't add up to me.
This is Jacob the werewolf's house. Over there you'll see his motorcycle, and to the right you'll notice werewolves like their satellite dish. Now we've stopped for the lunch portion of our trip, and I'm enjoying a swan sandwich.
We've owned this business for 18 years, my sister and I and our families, and you know, we struggle every winter. This last year is the only year that we have not went in the red.
Charlene Cross.
Cross, really?
Cross,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. My flower shop business with the economy was pretty much in the toilet, so when Twilight happened, it really brought things about.
What are the Twilighters like?
They're looking for some, you know, the romance, the sweetness of the movie and that kind of thing, you know. Brandon's here from Florida, and he's working on the Twilight video game.
We're going to feature locations from the town, so we're going to need town people to be in the game as well.
Casting couch?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's brought an influx of eager young women to
Oh,
Forks.
yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have benefited from this, and people you know have benefited from this.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. It's been a lot of fun.
Now, wasn't that inspiring? It certainly inspired me. Not to write a vampire story. To look for real estate in Forks.